Welcome to Tuesday's back tip. And today we're going to go over my favorite tip for stretching. You're talking about them because I know what they can do for you. So my favorite back tip is what we call the micro break. And it's really about your posture from sitting for long periods of time. We live in a culture where we sit too much. We sit in the morning when we get up to eat breakfast. We sit in our car to go to work. We sit all day at work. We sit in the car on the way home, and we sit when we get home to watch TV and or go on the internet. You kind of get the story, right? The average American sits for 10 hours a day. That's a lot of sitting. It's way too much sitting. And it's important with this tip today to really take what we call micro breaks, because when we're sitting and we're at work or we're at home, what happens is the spine tends to get in sort of a hunched forward position. So I'm sitting at my computer and I'm kind of doing this. And what happens when I'm doing this is my spine starts to flex forward and it kind of gets sort of stretched out and sort of stuck in that position. So the whole idea behind the micro break is to get us back into an upright position and get everything sort of relaxed. And it's important to do micro breaks once an hour, once every half hour if possible. You don't want to overdo it, but the key to the micro break really is unloading the disc. When it's loaded over long periods of time, what happens is it starts to force a little bit of pressure on the nucleus and puts pressure more forward into the annulus, and that can lead to bulging discs. It can lead to degenerated discs. Over time, you can get some tearing of the annulus, and it actually leads to herniated discs. They have found that poor posture can actually lead to herniated discs. So part of what we want to do is we want to get you into a position where we can alleviate that pressure. It's not hard to do, and again, it's my favorite because when you do it, and you do it for a couple of weeks, you start to feel the difference. Now, all the tips that we give you are not really designed to fix the underlying cause of your problem, but what it's really designed to do is get your spine into a better position. So you're not constantly loading. It takes the load off the disc. And by taking the load off the disc, it certainly doesn't make it any worse. So that's our key. So here's how it works. When you do the stretch, I'm going to back up so you can see me. If you're sitting in your chair, because you do it in your chair, you can do it standing, but I think it's better you do it in your chair. So you sit in the chair, and you're going to sort of slide to the edge of the chair, so you're just sort of barely hanging out of the chair. You're going to put your knees just beyond shoulder width apart, and you're going to move them apart just a little bit like this. And you're going to drop your arms straight to your side. And what you do is you drop your arms down, and you want to rotate your palms out. And the reason you rotate your palms out and you look up, okay, the reason you do that is because it forces your spine into what's called neutral position. The key to unloading the disc is the neutral position. So you're going to hold it just like that for 10 seconds. Okay? So really what I'm doing is, this is the position we're trying to avoid. So what I do is I go up like this and I roll my shoulders back and I hold it for 10 seconds. And sometimes people breathe out. And they breathe out like they're trying to blow out a candle. It's maybe 6 inches in front of their face. So it's like that, and you hold it for 10 seconds. Now, if you do this every hour, and you do it for 2 weeks, you don't have to do it for the rest of your life. If you do it for 2 weeks, what happens is you can take your posture, which is the source of all kinds of problems, take your posture from that flex position back to a more neutral position, freeing up the pressure on the discs. The key for a back problem is to free up the pressure on the discs. All the tips that we give you are designed to put your spine in the neutral position. Neutral's best, okay? You want to free up that pressure on that disc and to get some healing in the disc. Makes you feel a little bit better. It doesn't necessarily always solve the deeper source of your problem, but it does prevent it from getting worse. And it's a great tip. So get your shoulders back, get your head up, okay, and rotate the palms out. It's not hard, but you just have to do it every day. So what I'm going to do for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to present this again live, not this longer explanation, but between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock Central Time, USA, I'm going to do this live so you can get access to it, so you'll be able to see it. Okay, so that's it. So do your tip, do it every day. 10 seconds. If you can do it every 20 minutes, every half hour, once an hour, something's better than nothing. If you do it every day, it'll make a big difference. If you like what you hear, subscribe to our YouTube channel and we'll give you more information about how to eliminate your back problems. Have a good day. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon. Oh, we're going to have a link. We have what we call top 10 tips, and we have 12 of them. So it's actually 12 tips. We call the top 10 tips. And there's a link in the description below. If you click on that, you can get some more tips from us. Thank you very much. Have a good day. I'm out.